But after I dug the 2 apple tree holes in the goat area. I don't know why the goat area. It was just like, just dig a hole, no big deal.
Yeah.
I didn't really need to pick or anything, just shovel and shovel and shovel. It was kind of like sandy.
Uh-huh.
It was pretty easy digging. And then the other 2 elm trees, they're going to go in different spots. And I went to go dig those holes, and I got about an inch down.
And that was it.
And that was all it would go. And then I was hitting with a pick, and then I get a little, like, it was the weirdest ground because you pick at it, and it makes a pile of rubble, and you take the rubble out, and you only went down a millimeter. It like grows when you hit it.
Yeah.
And you hit it as hard as you can, and it's like, tiny bit goes in,
Yeah.
So I said, we'll dig those ones tomorrow, honey.
Welcome to the Driving to the Rest podcast. This is Inelia.
And this is Larry. Just a quick note. If you're hearing this, you're on our free feed, which means you'll only get the first part of this conversation.
To access the rest, go drivingtotherest.com and subscribe to the Wisdom Keeper Hour.
Join us and our expert panelists for detailed insights and the after party where you're invited to join in the conversation. Head over to drivingtotherez.com and become a subscriber.
Your $8 subscription keeps this podcast ad-free and helps us keep the lights on and maybe even get a decent cup of coffee. More importantly, it connects you with a community of passionate wisdom keepers like yourself. So if you're ready to go deeper, join us at drivingtotherest.com and support the journey.
All right, welcome
To another episode.
of Driving to the Rest. Now she's going to bark out the other window. Babies!
With Peavy.
Come on, babies!
Yes. Larry.
And Inelia.
Yay!
Yay! What a good girl!
This is, of course, our first half.
The first half of a 2-part show.
Yes.
And in this first part, we will be referring to I guess it's a newsletter, a published little article that you make and put onto
Yes.
Substack.
Yes.
BB, really?
BB.
Come here.
She just scored that out the window.
I closed the front door because she was barking a lot. There's
something out there.
Out there that's
Bothering her.
bothering her. Well, so she's making it well known. Alrighty, hold on here a second. Okay. So go to drivingtotherez.com. You can find the links to the article.
And to the second part.
And to the second part.
We're going to great depth. On the second part, talk about things we wouldn't talk about in public.
Yeah, with a panel of experts.
Yes.
All right, so let's begin.
All right. Let's do it.
That would be you.
Me?
Yeah, you have to read some of this article. Get us started.
Let's get this show started.
Get this on the road.
All right.
You might notice a different background if you're watching the video. In the background, you will see something different than what is usual. And there's no roosters.
So this article and this podcast is called There and Back Again. We hope.
Yeah, we haven't done the back again.
We haven't done the back again yet. As you can see behind us, it's very different. I'm writing this article and podcasting about it from our RV, which is parked in a 49-acre parcel of the land in Colorado.
Yes.
A parcel of land in Colorado.
Colorado.
I mean, we've driven through Colorado before.
Well, we
been
didn't
here
drive through
before.
Colorado, no. We drove through Utah before, but not to the Colorado part.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because we went from Utah to Las Vegas to pick up PB.
Ah, okay. So I've never been to Colorado before.
Nope.
It feels like I have, but...
Maybe in a ship or some sort. Not saying
I'm
UFO,
not saying it's UFO, but it's...
but it was aliens. It's my shirt.
Yes.
Anyway,
Anyway, how on earth did we get here? I asked myself. And the answer is that we were offered an adventure we could not refuse.
right.
Oh my gosh. You may remember that we are presently digging a well for the Shaman Shack. You may also be aware that the $20,000 budget we had for it was not enough to get us deep. As it turned out, we need to get to water.
Yeah, it was deep enough. It was enough money to get us to where we thought there was water.
But it wasn't.
Not the water we wanted.
Since the drill rig was in place, we asked the well driller to continue another 20,000.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because it's like, how many more feet? We don't know. Go $20,000. How much does that get us?
I know. And now we're $45,000 down and no sign of water.
Yeah, so apparently $20,000 gets you $25,000
Yeah.
deeper.
450 feet down.
Yeah, 450 feet.
Our next guesstimate for the depth we need is 150 feet below sea level, which is approximately 20,000 more just for the digging.
Yeah, once you get the hole, you got to get the water out of the hole if you get water.
Yeah.
But you don't get a guarantee you get water, but you do get a guarantee you got a bill.
Yes. This is a depth none have gone before here in the area, but it's common enough in some other areas.
Right. And, the area we're in, and even in parts of Washington, they go to 1,000 feet routinely.
You mean we're in right now in Colorado?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000 feet, yeah. Why is this all relevant to Colorado? Because to raise the rest of the funds, we placed our first home, our liveaboard classic yacht, Hilaria, for sale.
Yeah, that got a lot of views too. Like 3,000, 4,000 people looked at it, clicked through it. And so many people like asking me questions about it. It was like, at the same time I was selling my fishing boat and crab davit thing and winches and, all kinds of different things trying to raise money to pay for our wealth stuff. Because there's a pretty big imbalance between how much money we raise and how much money we owe. And, when you owe, you got to go.
Yes.
So anyway, the Hilaria got all the interest,
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm talking like the boat got maybe 300, 400 people looked at it in a month.
Mm-hmm.
And the Hilaria had 10 times, 20 times that, like 4,000, 5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we missed a bit. We raised 10K in donations
Yeah, we
from
did.
you.
Thanks.
Thank you. But that still leaves Larry and me 35K short, plus an estimate of another 20K. So to continue digging the well. That's a total of about 65K for the well. Whereas some of that with an event, but we're still short to finish the drilling. So if you feel inspired to participate in the well project, there's going to be a link on the information for this article and podcast. And you're very welcome to send us some donations towards it.
And when you go look, you'll see this is a community well project. It's not like, can you dig a well for me, please? Although that's fine. I don't mind if you help me dig a well.
Exactly. With all the work that we do, we accept help and support.
Indeed.
That's great. Yes. Anyways, that's actually might be what's going on with the blockage of the well.
The blockage of the water?
Yeah. Oh, it's not just for me, it's for the community. It's fine if it's just for you, honey.
Well, I amended it, didn't I?
Yes,
because I'm not the only one with blocks around.
Yeah.
Well, what the heck would I give you money to dig your own well for? Help me dig my well.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we would.
Yeah, we would. Uh-huh. All right.
Moving on. The whole reason we were selling the boat was to raise money to finish this well project to get the water.
Yes, indeed. A man from Colorado offers us his land and a partly built earthship for the Hilaria.
Earthship.
Yeah.
Partly built. Yeah, which isn't $50,000 to pay a well driller, but it is pretty dang interesting adventure.
Yeah. Larry thought it was the best idea ever. He's the jump first, ask questions later kind of guy.
Yeah, let's get it, honey. And we'll see what it's like when we get there.
Yeah. At first I thought it was a crazy idea, but the more I looked at it, the more resonant it became. It's not something I can properly explain, but it has to do with guidance, intuition, and a love story.
Maybe more about that in the
Second hour. Maybe we haven't got permission
We
yet.
haven't talked about that yet.
But if we get permission, you get to hear the love story in the second hour. Regardless, we took the deal, and a few weeks later, we found ourselves traveling to Colorado to meet the land.
Yeah, and it's interestingly the right time of year to come visit it. It's not hot. It's not cold.
It's not too hot.
Moderate.
It's not too cold.
It's not too dry.
windy.
It's not too wet.
It's
Not too windy. It's not too a lot of things because it can be an extreme environment here.
It is an extreme environment here. It is an extreme environment. By the proof of the half-built earthship
yeah.
is half collapsed already because of the extreme environment. So anyways, the trip is about 20 hours driving non-stop, but of course we also need to sleep, rest, eat, and take our dogs for a walk.
And deal with the minor distractions that I tend to find on the way.
what do you call distractions?
Oh, look at this pretty thing.
Oh,
We should
yeah.
stop here and look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, why wouldn't you, right?
Because you're trying to get somewhere.
Oh, okay. Yes, we brought Chinook, who you met in another episode, and Tiny, our Anatolian shepherd, to keep him company and teach him some road manners.
Yeah, which was part of the reason we took the trailer instead of the camper. Usually we travel in the camper. Mm-hmm. But it's a bit tight. Plus, if you bring a puppy and a Anatolian, and it's not going to fit in there.
No.
You're going to sneeze a thon.
Yeah.
And
They have to be inside the truck.
they got to be
and-
inside the
oh
truck
my
when we're driving.
God.
Just too tight. So we got
Yeah.
trailer, gives us room to stretch out. And the whole back of the truck has a dog palace in it. Mm-hmm. And the dogs get to observe the scenery and sniff the air and, be dogs.
They're
Their
outdoor
room
dogs.
is a mess and nobody cares.
And they're outdoor dogs anyway. They're not indoor dogs.
Anyways,
It took us 2.5 days to get to the land.
which is practically miraculous.
We towed our RV trailer, which made the trip more comfortable overall, and gave us a place to stay on the land while we're here.
Although I do have one lesson learned from trailer and parking and sleeping. In our camper, we pass by this one area all the time when we're driving south. And I'm always tempted to stop
Oh, yes.
because, it looks like, just pull over. It's like a really big pullover, quite a ways away from the road, a lot of them.
Yeah, we're talking about 101, right?
Yeah, it's on 101, but it's kind of an area of the 101 on the Hood
Washington.
Canal where it doesn't seem
Beautiful.
super busy. And it's
It doesn't
really
seem
pretty.
busy, no.
So one night on our trip, this first night, we happened to leave the Shamanshak at like 6, which is a
PM.
funny time to start your cross-country
PM.
trip, right? 6 p.m. And we thought, well, if we don't get going, tomorrow morning is another thing, it's another day, so let's just
Yes.
go. And when we get tired, we'll stop and sleep. And usually we get to somewhere around... usually we tend to leave somewhere around 5 or 6 anyway, so we're used to...
No, we've
Yeah.
left before.
We've
have-
gone...
We
have...
started that time and then we started moving up. And then we actually left once at around 12. So we have actually done that before, but that time,
We've done it more often than not. And
Yeah.
and we've ended up in this area of Hood Canal more often than not at 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Where your tires, like, I can't go on anymore, but where are we going to stop?
Mm-hmm.
So these little side of the road pullouts look pretty attractive. So with the trailer, I figured, what the heck? Because it's another hour or 2 driving. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's just stop on one of these pullouts for once.
Yes.
And get some sleep.
Get some sleep.
Yeah, well, no, don't do it. Just don't do it.
What
There
happened, honey?
We were on a hill, kinda. It's like at the top of a hill, and then where it's flattening off. Mm-hmm. And when we pulled off to the side, it was pitch black, even though there was a light across the road.
Yes.
And you really didn't know what was around you, but there was like people trash. Looked like
There's a lot of trash.
trash,
there.
and it just wasn't pleasant, right? At all. It was like, oh, well, and we had to walk the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Walk the dogs, and it turned out we were on a busy highway 101. It turns out there's people driving by at 60 miles an hour.
Yes.
Big giant trucks, little trucks, semis, vans, cars, everything.
Yes.
So it was hard to walk the dogs because you're right by a giant busy road. But, we managed. Mm-hmm. And then we got in our trailer and locked all the doors and
Yep. Phoebe.
laid down in bed. And what happened?
Then more trailers started. Oh, some of those big trucks stopped right next to us.
Turns
too.
out that giant pullouts were for the semi trucks to check their load.
Yeah.
So they're like, when they park, blah, 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 blah. And you're thinking, are they going to come knocking on the door? What's going on here? And then they, 5 minutes later, they put it in first gear, out of there. And you don't get no sleep.
Yeah.
All night, every 2 hours, I was like, I guess it's just time to go. 2 o'clock. No, I can't do it at 2. 4 o'clock. No, I can't do it at 4. 6 o'clock. All right, let's just get up 6 o'clock. Yeah. First night was the worst night.
Yes.
Then we went to a river.
We did.
You found us a beautiful river and a quiet place, and we slept like champions.
Yeah. That was a really pretty place. It was a campground, actually.
And the third night, I don't remember. Oh, we went to a Love's truck stop, which turned out to have an RV place that we could back up and get water. It was another night that we got bullied around by water. Remember?
Oh, yeah, because the button for the water was left on the pump.
button for the pump was left on. I did it. And the faucet handle got bumped by something when we were driving.
Yeah.
It turned itself on and drained the whole
all
tank.
the tank, all our water was gone.
So
And I remember thinking, I'm feeling good because we have water, you know,
yeah,
we were
had a big
having,
tank full
good tank full of water.
from the last RV piece.
And I knew we were driving to desert-like conditions, and my body is very water-based, not so much desert-based, you know? Like when I go to the desert, I usually have a humidifier, a whole bunch of oils and lotions for my hands and my skin, my head and everywhere, you know? And the humidifier to put
Water back in the air.
into the bedroom especially.
Right now our lips are a bit chapped and we're a bit dry.
Yeah, so for me, having a tank full of water was essential because we were told the land has no water, no electricity, no nothing. So that was important to me. And then all the water's gone.
And where we were going to stop, you know, we were thinking we were going to drive all the way to the land that night, but we're not
No
going to come all the way here with no water.
Exactly. So we stopped.
So we were like going to stop and going to stop. We couldn't stop. Everywhere we checked and stopped, they said, nope, you can't have no water.
Yeah.
So we kind of got bullied to go to Love's, which turned out to be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But the water pushed us there, and that woke us up in the morning with a 2-hour drive, and it was nice.
Yeah.
I really
And it's a
enjoyed
good
that
job
stop.
that actually, we got here in time.
It was
You had
better
a
that we
feeling-
got here.
You had a feeling not to get here middle of the night.
Yeah, and there's a reason for not
Yes.
have gotten here at the middle of the night, 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh my God, that would have been the worst.
That would have been really bad. Yeah.
So yeah, carry on with the story.
Okay. After a long drive in about an hour before sunset, we found the gate locked. Fortunately, that must have been earlier. Oh, no, it was.
No, we had a 2-hour drive, but it took us way more than 2 hours.
Yes, it did. It took us a lot more longer than 2 hours. I don't know why.
I think because we woke up late, of course, walked the dogs.
Oh, yes.
We had a meeting. I think we had a podcast or an
Yes.
after party or
Yes.
one of these things.
So we actually
And we didn't leave Love's until 1 o'clock.
1, yeah.
That's
and then we
right.
stopped somewhere, and then,
So we got here to the land at about 4 or 5.
And sunset is
Sunset's
like
like 6 or 7.
5:36, yeah.
I wanted to get here and set up in the daytime, you know?
Yeah. So when we got here, about an hour before sunset, we found the gate locked. Fortunately, the previous owner had given us a key.
Yeah, I was like,
Unfortunately,
yes.
there were 2 locks.
Oh no, it was the worst. The one lock, I unlocked one and I'm like, oh no, there's a giant lock on here, not this lock.
Yes.
Now what do we do?
Apparently, there was a dispute with the person whose land we had to go through to get to the parcel.
But it's kind of like, I don't know if we could really count that 10 feet through his land as his land, but I guess so. It's just the side of the road, right?
Yeah.
You drive the road, and then at the corner of the road, you go through the gate into the land. And it's like, that's 10 feet, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how that counts.
For him, it counts.
For him, it did, so.
Yeah. So, he had a dispute about that corner. After texting back and forth and many no's, he came out to open the gate for us.
Yeah, it was like almost an hour. It turned out, with the backstory, he had gotten some really bad news about a thing that he was working on in relation to the gate and access and people and things like that. And he got a big fat no about it or something like that. Anyway, he was quite upset about the whole thing. And so when he'd locked it, the last thing he wanted was somebody to ask him to open it. You know, it was just like, you couldn't have asked him at
At the worst
day.
time. We figured he was someone who had strong boundaries and had had a tough time with the neighbors. And we were right. He's actually a super nice person, an excellent neighbor. He has been helping us since. In fact, we consider him a new friend.
Yes.
Hi, Jay.
Hi, Jay.
We entered the land.
Yep. We
The
did.
place was, as we had been warned by the previous owner, a homeless encampment covered in garbage and scattered with destroyed small encampments with a partially built earthship castle on it.
And I forgot to mention the bones. A few carcasses laying around.
Yeah, a few bones, skeletons,
Yes.
not human
Burnt
skeletons.
structures, burnt partial structures.
Yeah.
Like,
garbage everywhere.
Garbage it blows hard in the garbage. There's no garbage
everywhere.
collector. So yeah, it wasn't exactly its best face if you looked at it like this thing and this thing and this thing.
The partly built earthship is shaped like a castle, and the walls are made of bagged soil from the land and partly covered in mud straw paste. The harsh wind and weather here, unfortunately, is destroying what's there.
Yeah.
I asked Larry what he thought of it all. And he said, do you want to read this bit, honey?
I can't see it. Go ahead and read it. Okay. Yeah, it's the best. If you need something to do something, you're going to find it here, Hunting Ground. True. Because it's like, I needed a pick. I needed to dig something. And then, geez, I walked over. There's a pick stick. It's a pick standing right here in the middle of the nowhere. For no good reason, there's a pick.
Yeah.
And I grab it and it's like, okay, I got a pick. And like, now I need a shovel. Gosh, dang it.
Middle of nowhere again.
I walked over there. There's
a hill. Half a
hole
hill and a hole.
And a hill. I mean, it's in the middle of it's. I don't even know what you're digging there for. There's nothing to dig there. There's shale, but there's a shovel. So I picked the shovel up and brought it, and I needed the shovel. Now I got a shovel and a pick.
Yes.
It was hilarious. And then our generator. I started our little generator, charge up our solar thing because it was raining a little bit. It's dark, and then it needed a little protection. It just so happens there's a fridge
Laying down.
pushed over. I can open the door, and it makes the perfect generator shed.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes. We took the deal sight unseen, besides a quick Google Earth space photo,
Yeah.
and we were warned of what we might find. It was fair enough. The previous owner is an excellent guy and true to his word.
Yep.
He told us what was here, right?
Yeah,
He
no
didn't-
surprises.
he
It's
didn't
actually
mince
better than
words.
It's better than I expected.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. So, first order of business was to check out the view. Stunning, beyond description, amazing.
Yeah, we included some pictures. You can sort of get an idea, a feel for
The
it.
article, yeah. So, drivingtotheres.com.
It's not. I don't know what you're expecting. It looks like, but it doesn't look like that.
The next day, we walked to the four corners and marked them with crystals. This is a tradition I learned that allows a family or person to energetically delineate a property in order to give it energetic boundaries and also give it specific jobs. This turned out to be a full-day job with each border having a unique and singularly challenging aspect to it. Do you want to talk about the different corners here?
The corners themselves were.
Well, one border, the border, was being encroached by the neighbor's overflow of garbage.
Yeah,
And
we
then
kind of like they're kind of like a Tinkerville.
Yeah.
They got like 17 cars and 32 trailers and just like what the heck? And it's slowly like past our borders a little bit.
Yeah. So the what else? Oh, another had a 30 feet deep gulch.
Yeah, it's like there's a river runs through it and it dug into the dirt and it made this deep gulch that you can't barely walk down and in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like much till you get there. Then you're
Yes.
like straight down.
Straight down.
And that's a long way down.
Another 100+ feet mud adobe dune.
You never even knew what adobe dunes were.
I never knew what was snow. And another is a miniature mountain. Fun, tired, and extremely satisfied.
That little mountain is our morning coffee spot now.
Yes.
We wake up in the morning here, as you can see behind us. It's kind of a little
If you're on
flat.
the video, you can see the bits of the desert, and it
But
looks
you walk
spider
up
going
that a little
by.
bit behind us and this way,
You have a spider on your
Oops.
leg.
that way,
You have a spider on your hand.
where
It's a teensy little thing.
these will be all right. Anyway, right up there is the coffee spot. Up there,
Okay.
yeah, it's a mountain.
So, on the second day, we went to register the change of ownership for the property at the county clerk, and bought 4 trees, which we picked up on day 3.
Right, because when you go turn in your paperwork at the county, you also got to stop at the garden place. What's it called? Those nursery.
A nursery, yeah.
Nursery, which had the best restaurant attached to it. A
Oh,
nursery
yeah.
with a restaurant. It was a very fancy place.
So it wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but I got something that I'm really pleased with, kind of thing. It's a very beautiful event location, very nice restaurant
nursery,
with
yeah.
good food.
Has an event
You can tell the
location.
chef coming in and out, and he's really proud of his food.
It was really fun. We bought our trees. We told her, yeah, we were looking to get some trees, and is anything going to grow where we are? Because there's no trees here. Just, no problem. Everything here is this zone, and I know which ones to help you with.
Yeah.
So she went out and showed us this yellow apple, golden delicious. Said the apples grow really, really good here because of the
Yes.
temperature thing. And then she got us two kinds of apples.
Yeah.
And then some kind of elm tree,
Yes.
which gets really tall, helps wind break, and it like grows quickly, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like when we get a few trees like that planted around, when the wind's blowing really hard, it's going to like to slow it down, and maybe then the grass will start growing, and you know, all those things. Anyway, it's a start to rehabilitate. I don't know about rehabilitate, but reform the land into one that's more supportive of
Humans.
what we want.
Yeah.
Because this is the remnants of a giant, like billion, jillion, quadrillion mountain blowing up to smithereens right behind us. It turned it flat.
Yeah.
See that black line right there? Right there. That is a plateau that used to be 5 times taller in a mountain. And it totally blew.
Yeah, so there's like
Lava everywhere.
Yeah, volcanic rocks everywhere.
Pumice, all blubbly, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. And dust.
Right,
Just
so that's
I think
primary.
those Adobe things are
They're shale.
shale.
Yeah, that's from when the thing blew up. It had a lot of flow of stuff. The silt, the silt's super
The
duper
silt,
thick, and the
yeah,
silt
that's what it
turned
looks like.
into rock, and the rock's shale.
Okay.
And now the shale is being eroded by the rain and the wind and all that, and it turns it into that clay mud stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now it looks like land, like a moonscape,
It does.
moon dune.
Half of the land is moonscape.
Half of the land is on the moon. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Anyway,
Anyways, we
what
picked up
was
the
funny
tree.
was we bought our trees, and remember what they brought us? Snacks.
Oh, they did when
We
we
were
were paying for
checking
the
out.
trees. And the chef came out with a new
new
dish
dish.
that he wanted the person,
The
the
owner to
manager,
test. I think she's
owner
the
or
owner.
manager, we don't know who it was, but he wanted for them to test it to see, is this good to put in the menu? I couldn't taste it because
Had walnuts.
it had walnuts in it. I'm allergic to those, but also I was really full. So Larry tasted it and he loved it.
It was a
It
good
looked
butternut
really
ravioli
good.
with the walnuts on top.
It
And
looked
she was
very
checking us
good.
out and said, "Oh, do you guys want to taste too?" I'm like,
Sure.
of course. Got 2 plates of ravioli with our trees.
Yes.
Yeah, and grass. We got some bluegrass.
Our new neighbor volunteered to keep the trees watered while we were away. We're overwhelmed with gratitude.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah. For Larry and me, trees are a very important part of our lives, and planting trees is one of the first things we do in new land. It feels like the trees have already attracted good support and allies. There are 2 apple trees to represent sustenance, and 2 elm trees for presence, shade, and to help slowing down the wind.
Yeah, and the apple trees actually are going to be growing in the goat shed. What used to be the goat shed. So it's already, it's like the first step of the transformation of the ground
Yeah.
was already done.
Yeah,
Thank you, Zach.
yeah. It's very interesting.
Yeah. And one thing of note, I know this is an interesting note for the guys that dig holes for trees or shrubs. Where the goats were, I dug the holes and it was easy, no problem. And our neighbor Jay came over to help me dig and plant the trees. Again, thank you, Jay. And after I dug the 2 apple tree holes in the goat area. I don't know why the goat area. It was just like, just dig a hole, no big deal.
Yeah.
I didn't really need to pick or anything, just shovel and shovel and shovel. It was kind of like sandy. It was pretty easy digging. And then the other 2 elm trees, they're going to go in different spots. And I went to go dig those holes, and I got about an inch down.
And that was it.
And that was all it would go. And then I was hitting with a pick, and then I get a little, like, it was the weirdest ground because you pick at it, and it makes a pile of rubble. And you take the rubble out, and you only went down a millimeter. It like
is
grows when you
strange.
hit it.
Yes.
And you hit it as hard as you can, and it's like, tiny bit goes in,
Yeah.
So I said, we'll dig those ones tomorrow, honey. Jay came by that night. He said, you know what? On Monday, I'm going to rent a backhoe. Why don't we just backhoe these? Spare the cost. I'm like, that's a good idea, but we ain't going to be here on Monday, which is tomorrow, and we are going to be here till Monday.
Well,
So-
we plan to leave first thing in the morning. See how
Yeah,
that
well,
goes.
we'll see how the plan goes. Either way, I put those 2 holes, the holes that I couldn't dig. Jay came over when we said we were going to be gone. He said, well, I'll help you anyway. He has like 100 holes that he's dug by hand to make his fence.
That's crazy. And this,
And
yeah.
I didn't realize how hard it was when he came over and I'd already dug the apple ones, and he looked, he's like, oh shit, you already got those dug. I was like, yeah, they were easy. I don't know. It's no big deal. He's like, that's the first I've heard of that. I've never seen anybody dig a hole here yet. So it's like, all right, well, let's go dig the other two. I said, yeah, that were harder. And it's like, okay, good. So we already have this big metal pole with a, sharp point at the end. I mean, it's like 10 feet, 8 feet tall, maybe 9 feet. It's big. You bash the ground, and then you dig out an inch, and then you bash the ground. So we did that for a little bit until it like stopped. Just stop moving. It's like all the bashing you do and nothing was happening. He said, all right, go get a bucket of water and pour it in. And he was expecting me to start arguing. And I said, okay. I went and got a bucket of water and I poured it in. And he looked at me and says, well, that's unusual. I said, what? You just listened. Like, well, shit, I don't want to dig that hole any more than you want to. Pour some water in it. Sounds good to me. I'm sure usually you'd get like, but it's going to turn to mud and blah, 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 blah. And he said, no, just watch. So pour some water. Now go get another bucket, pour another one in there. All right, let's go work on the other one for a minute. And we went and worked on the other one for a minute. We're digging, and we're getting to the part where you just can't dig no more. It's literally cement that when you bang on it, it makes dust. It's pointless, fruitless. It's no point. So he said, okay, now go get some more water. And I put the water in there. And he said, let's go to the other hole. I went to the other hole. The whole bottom turned into, it like puffed up. And then you pour a little bit of dry dirt on it. And then you put your shovel in there. And it's the easiest thing you've ever done. The dirt just comes out all by itself.
That's amazing.
It was incredible, and it was soft. And then when you get to the hard part, you pour more water in. You just keep doing that. He said the best tactic, that's his favorite tactic, is to get down to where you can't dig no more, then pour some water in there and come back 24 hours later. That way you have plenty of break between digging.
Right. Yeah.
But it really only took about 3 hours, or not even that, an hour.
Nice.
Either way, I got the 2 elm trees. This hole's dug with Jay's water in the hole technique, which he was very happy to have shared. And I was so happy to have learned. So sometimes, just zip it and open it and just let those around who've been around, let them tell you what they know and see what you learn. Anyway, let's go.
So when we got back, we started cleaning some of the garbage up and also putting away building materials that had been left exposed outside and were getting damaged. When the job is huge, take small steps, a bag here, a pile there, progress. Something big, something small, makes the whole thing manageable.
Yeah, and thanks, Jay. That's something, here's another little note you probably didn't know. The day before we got here, Jay got hip replacement surgery.
Are you kidding me? He'd just come out of surgery?
He'd just come out of surgery. And he said, okay, I'll come over and help you move all that construction supplies. It's these big, I don't know what you call them, I-beams made out of wood. They're like 20 foot long.
Yeah.
And there's easy 100 of them. And they were out in the sunshine, so they were getting bleached and ruined. Yeah. So I wanted to bring them in and put them in a covered area. So at least they'll be good to use when and if we ever need them. And he wanted to come over and help. And I'm like, okay. And so he shows up and he tells me he got surgery the day before we got here, only a couple days ago, on his hip to replace his hip socket or whatever you do, hip surgery replacement. I said, well, you don't need to help me with this if you just got surgery. Don't hurt yourself. And he said, I wouldn't have offered if I didn't want to. So I said, well, okay, I guess I have heard that it's better for recovery if you use it until, it keeps the blood moving. And I don't know, it helps recovery faster. So I was like, okay, if you want it, that's fine. But, if it starts hurting, don't be shy to stop.
Right.
So we got to going, right? And he was limping. I tried to figure out, without saying it, how to put him in the place where he had the least amount of
the weight and
climbing overs and the weights and the time. So he's a little short distances. And I maneuvered it so that I did all of the climbing and the lifting and the heavy stuff, and he could do the helping and the moving. And you could tell he was starting to get tired, but even though there was like 6 or 8 left, I was like, Dad, don't worry about the rest. I'll get it. He's like, no, we're going to finish it. It's like, he's going to finish it if he started. He's stubborn. He's stubborn. Like, okay, let's do it.
He's very stubborn. I saw that when you were going to move the dog kennels out of the way. Yep. And he says, wait, I'll come and help you. And you just started doing it. He says, stop already. I'm going to help you.
Yeah. Anyway, we all have a nice steak dinner or something.
I think so. All right, so our initial plan was to stay a couple of days when we return home, but a couple of days were not enough.
No.
One of the things that struck us both is how radically different this land is to everything we know. It has no trees, no grass, it's dry and plain nature. Half a parcel is made up of strange grey mounds called adobes. They look like grey smooth sand dunes, but the soil is not like sand. It is a bit harder and doesn't blow in the wind. More like dry, dusty clay. The mounds are locally known as the dobes. A quick search on the name told us that the Adobe Badlands are a feature of the state of Colorado. Well, we will tell you more about this adventure in our podcast, Driving to the Rest, which we're doing right now for the second hour, right? Don't forget about that. And one of the things we will be discussing is the guidance systems that led us here and how similar the situation is with the 3 properties we have acquired in the past. There's certainly a pattern. And we'll do that.
There's a pattern to this. Like, should you yes? Should you no? How do you go about it? What is the process of finding and picking land? Sometimes the land finds you and sometimes you find the land. But it's not like they're into 100 opportunities. If I went on the internet and said, find me some land in Colorado, how many things you could come up?
I know.
If I had no inkling of Colorado,
no,
it wasn't even in my vocabulary as a place. You know, honey, what I was thinking about? We really need some land in Colorado. Never once,
not
right?
Once, no.
So, you can't ask questions that you don't even know. So how do we end up here? What the guidance is and how does it work? And how do these orchestrations go? And when these orchestrations present themselves, are they something that you should
do or not
do? How do you even decide all these things? So that's what we're going to go in the second hour over.
Yes.
And share our stories with a couple of our other properties that same things happened with. Yeah. And check in with our experts, see if they got questions or if they have the same kind of experiences. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. I'll see you then.
Yep. See you then. Yeah.
If you have an orchard in the land, it's a habitated, so it's yours. And I think some of those laws are even today, they're part of the law now.
Yeah.
Here in the United States. I didn't know this until very recently.